Good morning. Oh, I'm a little bright. There we go. How's it going? Monday morning. I'm in my office. Well, here's what's up. The reason I'm back here, if you can see all the studs, you know, I love to surround myself by studs. I used to be back here in this hole, back in the day, in this office. And then COVID happened and I got to move my office up front and it was the best. I loved it so much. I loved being up there. I thought, this is where I belong. I thought I had finally made it. My office was up front and that was the big plan. Turns out it didn't work out that way. I had to sacrifice in order to make enough room up front when I reopened. So I had to move my office back here, and that made me really sad because I really needed that space that was just mine to come and chill out and relax, and also to do my readings. So to surround myself with like all the positive energy type stuff that really gets me in the zone and gives me sort of, you know, like I call it a bomb shelter almost, but like somewhere where you can go where you can just shut the door and just like have a break and have a breather, right? So I had to give that up front because I had to reopen my doors or wanted to. So it was time to move my office back to the back. Well, in the meantime, my mom's been coming and helping me with my books. Good morning, Janelle. And so she's kind of taken over my old desk space and I love having her here, so I can't kick her out. So what I've been doing is, well, I tried to convince somebody to help me build an office, and he did. My stepdad, Rod, he has generously stepped up and started putting walls up for me to build my very own office in the back. So I'm so super excited about that. So excited that I thought I would come and show you what a disaster. Look at my desk. It's just, everything's a disaster right now. But it's okay. I'm willing to put up with that because I'm just so excited to be getting an office. And how cool is it that I'm going to actually be sharing an office with my mom? Because this is funny because we've said for so many, well, forever, that we could never work together. Like our brains are a lot the same, but like work style, we get on each other's nerves. And it was a good situation when she was way back here and I was way up front and our offices were far apart, but it wasn't very convenient because every time she had a question, she'd have to come hunt me down and ask me. Now, all she's got to do is turn around. So that's exciting. That's what's going on in the back here. You can see I've got, well, I would do a swivel, but maybe I'll do a swivel. Can you see that? There's my little orange Muppet couch just ready to come in here. So that's what's going on this week. And I had to show you guys something funny because he's my stepdad and he's amazing. He's obviously not charging me any wages. The only thing the guy asked for was some frozen Italian meatballs from the city. So what I did was made myself a little note. Oh, geez. Made myself a little note so I'd remember. So on the payroll sign-out sheets, you see that? Italian meatballs on the payroll. There we go. Taken care of, Rod. I got you covered. All right. So what am I talking about today? Gift giving. Because I had to go to the city yesterday. I just ran up to PA real quick. Had to get some stuff for the shop. I ran out of cheesecake containers. You can't not have cheesecake. So I had to run up there. So I thought maybe I'd take the kids, get a little Christmas shopping stuff that we cannot get in town. Because yes, support local. Everybody wants to support local, but there's just some things you cannot get in town. So I was talking to my kids about the Christmas lists. What do you want for Christmas? And you know, it's gotten to the point where our kids, I feel like, are most of the time so spoiled that they have everything they want. I mean, for the most part, our kids, I would say, I'm not the only one probably, where they really lack for nothing. I mean, let's be real. So they're making their Christmas lists, and they couldn't even think of anything they wanted. And so it was hard. It's hard to go Christmas shopping without a list. And we were talking about this. And I was telling the kids, you know, let's think about the real sort of thought process behind Christmas and gift giving, right? Because I'm guilty of doing this myself. I'm the worst gift giver in the world. The worst. I wait till the last minute, and then I rush around, and then I panic, buy shitty things just to get them wrapped and off my list and under the tree. Because to me, Christmas time gets to be like one more thing on my to-do list, and just want to get that shit off my list and done. That's awful. That's an awful way to live. And I don't want to do that, and I don't want to encourage that in my kids. So we were talking about this, and I'm like, really, you know, some of the best gifts I've ever gotten were just for no reason. When somebody has seen something that they're like, I bet Andrea would love that, and they buy it for no reason, right? So what if we made Christmas like that? You know, I wanted to try to encourage my kids to just throw the list away when they're shopping for their people, their brother, sister, everybody. It's just like kind of roam around and enjoy it. Like, let the journey be the destination kind of thing, you know? Like, I can go into a store with a list of what my kids want and not be able to find this stuff, you know, end up having to order it on Amazon or something like that. I don't want to do that. So what I like to do is just wander around and wait until I see something that's like, hey, I think they would like that. And if it's not on their list and they didn't end up liking it, so be it. Maybe that's why I'm the worst gift giver in the world. But I just think, you know, it's nice to put a little thought into it. And that's what I want to focus on this year with my gift giving. Is not so much just crossing things off the list and like asking, like, where is the surprise and the, like, just the joy in that of just like asking somebody, what do you want? And then going out and getting it. Like, that's really, doesn't it take the fun out of Christmas kind of? I don't know. Anyways, so that's what I'm trying to do this year is like throw the Christmas list away and just put my heart into it and put my thought into it and really try and pick out stuff that reminds me of somebody. And whether they liked it or not, I guess, how do you know? It's a risk I'm willing to take. So we went to the city. I was so proud of my little 8-year-old. Of course, Jet stayed home. He doesn't like the city. And yes, I realize it's COVID. We were very safe, and we went in and out of PA in 2 hours. I think we went to like 2 stores other than where I needed to go for my cheesecake container. And why do I feel the need to say that? Like, I feel the need to justify myself if I want to go to the city and pick up a couple of things. I think we're all a little maybe paranoid about the COVID police. But anyways, so that's what we did. And it was the cutest thing, you guys. My little 8-year-old, I gave him sort of a shopping allowance. I gave him $60 to buy for his brother and his sister and me and his dad. And I ended up having to give him a little extra. He ended up with 80. But he did all his shopping himself. Every store we went into, he got his own little cart, and he just went on his own, and he did exactly what I want to encourage people to do. He picked out things that he saw and thought, I bet she would love that. I bet he would love that. And it was oh my goodness, it was so adorable. Even, you know, we were at Dollarama, and they have the self-checkout. He even went up there and he was doing that, and there was an employee helping him there, and he was the cutest little thing, you know, paying with his money. But then we went there, and we went to Winners. And when we were at Winners, we were in the lineup, and he was adding up all the stuff in his cart. And he was like, I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough money. And so Mercedes gets out her calculator, and she was trying to calculate what the tax would be on everything and whatever. I was like, okay, it's okay, because I don't want to freak out, because I'm so proud of him that he's doing this all himself. So I give him an extra 20, so it's all good. He got up to the till, he was right beside me. And, you know, Christmas shopping with your kids is not that easy, because you're trying to hide gifts. Like, I had something for him in my cart, and I had to throw a sweater over it so he wouldn't see. Anyways, he's at the next till, and he's paying for his stuff, and oh my goodness, like, just like a little 8-year-old just looking up like this, just handing over the money, just so excited that he had picked out all these wonderful little gifts. So then he was done before me, and he went out and he walked out of the store, because Mercedes was waiting outside the store, and the beepers go off. Oh my goodness, I look over, and his little face, he was just like, and he had his mask on too, so you could only see his eyes, and his eyes were like filled up with tears. So of course the employees, there was 2 employees that went after him and brought him back into the store, and I'm still paying for my stuff at this point. Like, my heart's just like, oh my God. And I know he didn't steal anything. The beepers actually beeped when we came in, but I didn't think anything of it because there was other people coming in at that time. So I'm watching this all go down, and I finish up paying for my stuff, and I come over there, and they're searching through his bags, and he's this little 8-year-old just standing there with this mask on his face, just like eyes full of tears. And the people, like the employees running the store, were very nice. Honestly, they were amazing about it. And they said, there's probably something in his coat, a little magnetic strip or something in his coat. When you go home, try and find it, because that's what's setting off whatever. And Lukey, he kept it together the whole time. He didn't do anything, but as soon as I'm like, it's okay, buddy, like, we know you didn't steal anything, it's just there's something in your coat, whatever. We get out of the store, and he just crumples, you know. Oh, I felt so bad for him. But we convinced him, you know, we know you didn't do anything wrong, it's all okay. And I was just so proud of him that day, so proud of my little 8-year-old. Like, his heart is so big. So big. And it was a great shopping experience. It was the first time that he could actually, like, pick everything out, pay for everything by himself, and he couldn't wait to get home and wrap all his presents. That was like another 2-hour ordeal with a mess in the house, but whatever. But that's the point of Christmas, right? Is like the joy of going out and hunting for these gifts that are going to make somebody else happy, you know, having gratitude for those people in your life. Like, I couldn't wait to get Rod's meatballs, because I'm so grateful for him building my office, and, well, not only that, but everything that they do for me. And I mean, that's the point. Like, during COVID, I've been trying to, you know, revive a business during the hardest part, and a lot of times find myself focusing on the hard things and the things that aren't going well, and the obstacles and the struggles. And I had to remind myself of what to be grateful for. And honestly, I might start crying, you know. But there's been so many people helping me and lifting me up and, you know, being with me on this journey. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'll buy all the meatballs in the world. Because I'm so happy about that. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card here pretty soon. I came here last night to roll some more rolls. Followed all the rules. Maybe, did I? I don't know. Nobody knows. It wasn't on camera. Did a little reading for myself, and I got this card, which was a good reminder for me, and probably will be for you too. Number 22, Snail's Pace. And this one talks about slowing down, grounding, listening for the heartbeat of the earth. And that's something I always need to remind myself, especially this time of year. I'm trying to get everything done and rushing around and trying to cross things off my list and gifts off my list. It was just a good reminder for me to just slow down and enjoy this season, because it only comes once a year. And even though it is COVID, we're going to remember this Christmas forever, you guys. Like, maybe not for the best reasons, but I'll bet you there will be all kinds of blessings that come out of this experience that you will remember for years to come, and you'll tell your kids and your grandkids about it in 20 years. Remember that year of COVID Christmas, and we had to do this and we had to do that. Slow down and let that stuff soak in, because this is really a once in a lifetime, hopefully, once in a lifetime opportunity for us to really count our blessings in a unique way. Because lots of times when you really have to look for the silver lining, that's when you appreciate it the most. So something my kids' school used to do, and I don't know if they're doing it this year because of COVID, is the Store of Giving, which I just love because it gives the kids a chance to like spend a quarter and buy a present for somebody. And the idea is they bring a bunch of stuff from home. Everybody donates stuff from home, whatever you can that you're not using anymore. And the teachers set it all up and allow the kids to go through and spend 1 quarter per person in their family, I think it is, and buy stuff, gifts for their family. And I'm telling you, my kids are such thoughtful little gift givers, and every time they went to the Store of Giving and they brought me something, those ended up being some of my favorite gifts, and probably the only ones that I still have around were the gifts that came from the Store of Giving. So I hope they're doing that again this year, but I really don't think that they will with COVID rules. I don't know how they would sanitize everything. Buffalo Spirit again. Oh, I feel like this card comes out a lot, and that's just amazing because it is the abundant universe will provide. Here's my book. Number 10, Buffalo Spirit. Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude. Every time, guys, every time. And the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo Spirit appears to let you know you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires, not by force or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you, trusting that there is always plenty to go around. Whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support, it's all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There was always more than enough, and you are always enough. When Buffalo Spirit visits you with a message of protection, he is asking you to shift your thinking from poverty consciousness to one where you trust the universe will provide. Even if outer events have happened to challenge your beliefs in abundance, outer conditions are temporary. If you are suffering from the malaise of fear that you are impoverished, realize it is only a poverty of perception and perspective. Give to someone who has less than you. Be thankful for the tiniest things and say affirmations. Then you will remember abundance is the true nature of the world. That is just perfect and exactly what I was talking about today. Focus on gratitude, especially in this season of giving, because that is what powers giving, is gratitude for the person that you're giving to. It's not about crossing off your list. It's not about just getting stuff done and waiting for things to get better. It's focusing on the silver lining now, focusing on what you have to be grateful for now, and we have so much to be grateful for. So go forward, cross things off your list, but put a little thought behind those gifts. I hope you have gratitude for everything in your life today because you are truly blessed. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.